The key to a happy life. Understanding the law of causality. 幸福人生之鑰，了解因果法则。Fifth law. Causality is not elusive. Karma will not be undermined. 第五，因果不空，业果不坏。Fifth law. Causality is not elusive. Karma will not be undermined. Buddhist sutras say, even after hundreds of thousands of kalpas, the karma created will not be gone. When the conditions are in place, the effects will come back upon you. The seeds of good and evil that we have planted will fall into the fields of alaya. Alaya vijnana is like a big warehouse where the karmic seeds are stored. They will never be lost and will never deteriorate. How troublesome this is! It has become karmic causes. Even after hundreds of thousands of kalpas, after such a long time has passed, once the appropriate conditions are in place, these karmic causes will still manifest into their effects, and the effects will certainly have to be received by you. You must wait for the effects to take fruit, and only then can this karma be resolved. Therefore, as long as you are still within the 6 realms reincarnation, you can never escape the cause and effect of your karma. That is why only the deluded and bewildered people dare to create bad karma. Awakened bodhisattvas will absolutely not dare to create bad karma. The retribution of causality does not have the slightest inaccuracy. Even after you became a Buddha, you will still have to suffer the retribution of evil karma that you have created. Shakyamuni Buddha in his later years had severe back pain. The pain came from his bad karma in a past life long ago, when he was a wrestler. Having been deceived by his opponent twice, he held a grudge in his heart. In one match, he then broke his opponent's spine and caused his death. This extremely vicious deed also resulted in his own lifespan being shortened, so he died young. Upon death, he fell into hell and endured extreme suffering. After he left hell, he still had the painful remainder retribution for his terrible deed. And when he was back in the human realm, he always had the residual impact of back pain for lifetimes. Even eons later, during the lifetime when he became the Buddha, this remainder retribution was not yet completely resolved, and he still had to suffer the effect of back pain. Other than this, Buddha also demonstrated retribution from other bad causes. One time, his feet were stabbed by splinters from wood chips, which was the remainder retribution from a previous life, when he used spears to stab other people's feet. On another occasion, during a 3 months summer retreat, because the food supply had run dry, Buddha could only eat the grains meant for feeding horses. That was because in a past life, during the era of Vipassana Buddha, he was a heretic leader. Jealous of Vipassana Buddha receiving people's offerings, he criticized and said that the Buddha only deserved to eat horse food. The remainder retribution of this verbal karma caused Shakyamuni Buddha to eat horse food for 3 months in his life. When King Varudaka of Kosala tried to demolish Shakyamuni Buddha's race, the Buddha successfully stopped the king's attacks 3 times, but was still unable to change the doomed, disastrous karma of his family. At that time, Buddha had a headache for 3 days. This was because in a past life, he had used a stick to beat the head of a big fish 3 times. All these tell us that the universal rule of cause and effect is not falsehood, and even a Buddha cannot avoid it. What about Pure Land practitioners who are reborn in Sukhavati? Does it mean that after being born in Sukhavati, Even if you have previously killed someone, you no longer owe them your life? Does it mean that you can now avoid paying back your previous debt? No. The effects from a heavy sin may be lightened, but they can never remain unresolved. Sukhavati is a very good environment for us to cultivate. It provides us unlimited time to cultivate until we become a Buddha. Amitabha allows us to postpone receiving our bad retribution. But nowhere does the sutra say that our bad karma can be erased. That is impossible. In the future, even after we become a Buddha in Sukhavati, when we go to other worlds to liberate all beings, we will still have the bad effects to deal with when the evil karma matures. But by that time, you would have become a Buddha and have a crystal clear insight into the retribution of causality. Your heart will remain still as thusness, hatata. You are liberated and at ease. You will not feel suffering or afflicted by the retribution. So, as Pure Land practitioners, we also have to eradicate evilness and practice goodness earnestly. Don't have the misconception that since we have Sukhavati and Amitabha Buddha to rely on, we can have our own way and fear nothing. If you go idle and commit bad karma, in the future you will suffer enormous retribution. The law of causality is the universal truth. It is the law by which the universe runs. The truth is not far away. It happens right here in our daily lives. He who does not believe in causality cannot see the causal phenomena happening around him. Once he understands the rules, he will notice that the retribution of cause and effect occurs in everything around him. We can say that everything is correlated with the rule of cause and effect. Conclusion: the education of causality can save people's hearts from depravity. The theory of causality is very deep and vast. The above is merely a fundamental introduction of the cause-effects law to help everybody establish a basic concept.